Hi, welcome back to Let's Taste It. The holiday season is once again upon us, and with it comes all the trappings. You got the tree, the lights, the gifts, the ugly sweaters, and of course, the candy cane, which is the #1 selling non-chocolate candy in the month of December. But how did the candy cane become so associated with the Christmas season? And why is it a cane made out of candy in the first place? Well, today we're going to find out. Let's dig in. The most widely accepted story surrounding the creation of the candy cane is one concerning a choir master who was worried about young children sitting quietly during his sermon. In order to keep the kids sitting still, he handed out sugar sticks for them to enjoy during the service. Since sweets in church are generally frowned upon, he bent them into the shape of a crook to represent the shepherds who visited the baby Jesus on Christmas. This story is most likely a myth, but it does tie in nicely to the holiday, as do several other theories surrounding the symbolism of the candy cane. For example, many claim that the red represents the blood of Jesus while the white represents his purity and sinless nature. Others claim that the shape is meant to represent a J for Jesus. I always thought that the cane part of the candy cane name came from a walking cane, like the kind that Charlie Chaplin might use. These stories may or may not be true, but one thing is certain. The shape lends itself perfectly to being hung on a Christmas tree, which is most likely why it got that shape in the first place. But that begs the question, why do we decorate Christmas trees in the first place? The shortest day and longest night of the year is called the winter solstice, and falls either on the 21st or 22nd of December. Many ancient peoples believed the sun was a god, and winter came because the sun god grew sick and weak. The solstice marked the beginning of the sun getting well again, and the evergreen was a reminder of all the plants that would grow when summer returned and the sun was strong. Early Romans celebrated the solstice with a feast honoring Saturn, the god of agriculture, and marked the occasion by decorating with evergreen boughs. Celts and Vikings similarly used evergreens to honor their gods as the days began to get longer. The Christmas tree as we know it is often credited to Martin Luther. As the story goes, he was walking through a forest one night when he saw the stars through a tree and was so inspired he lit candles to mimic the sight. German settlers first brought the Christmas tree to America, where it was poorly received as it was viewed as a pagan symbol. All this changed in 1846 when Queen Victoria and her German husband Prince Albert were depicted in a sketch featured in the London News, standing with their family around a Christmas tree. In 1847, the first recorded use of the candy cane as a tree decoration came courtesy of a German-Swedish immigrant from Worcester, Ohio by the name of August Imgard, an early Christmas tree proponent in America. Imgard died in 1904, and beside his grave stands a pine tree which is decorated each year with Christmas lights. At the time, candy canes would have simply been white in color, as early Christmas cards depict them this way. There's no concrete answer as to when exactly the candy cane got its iconic red stripe, but most candy historians agree it would have been sometime in the early 1900s. In the 1920s, Bob's Candy, founded by Bob McCormick, was the first company to mass-produce candy canes, and in the 1950s, Bob's brother-in-law Gregory Keeler invented the candy cane machine, which helped make candy canes the holiday staple they are today. Prior to this, candy canes were made by hand, and around 20% of them broke in the bending process. The peppermint flavor of the candy cane also probably came around this time. Originally, candy canes were simply sugar flavored, but today you can get candy canes in practically any flavor you can think of. Such examples include rotisserie chicken, gravy, pizza, wasabi, mac and cheese, pickle, ketchup, and clam. Well, now that we've unwrapped the history of the candy cane, go enjoy one for yourself. Happy holidays, that should do it, and thank you very much.